Okay, so in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to move documents and attachments into spaces and pages in Confluence. For the project that you're working on now, which is one of the Recover and Expand initiatives for 2017, we've already gone ahead and built some subspaces within the strategic imperative space in Confluence. So the first thing I want to do is show you how to access that page. I know in the email you're going to receive, you'll probably have a link that takes you directly to it, but if you don't have that link in the future, this is how you can find this space once you go to Confluence. So I'm logged into Confluence right now and just sitting on a different space. To locate the strategic imperative space, I can use the spaces drop-down on the left-hand side of the screen. If I click on this, it's going to show me my most recently accessed spaces. So if I've accessed that space previously, it's likely going to be in this drop-down list. And you can see that here for me, it's located about halfway down. If your drop-down menu for your most recent spaces does not have strategic imperatives, you can also use the space directory at the bottom to search and locate this space. So I'll click on the space directory. When this opens, you get a list of all the spaces that are available, and this shows up in alphabetical order. There's quite a few spaces already out here, so as I scroll down, I'll have the option to move on to additional pages. So I can locate the space by moving through the additional pages until I find it, or if I scroll back up to the top, there's a filter field, and I can just start typing in the keywords of the name of the space. So in this example, I'll click on the filter field and I'll type strategic, and it'll start to narrow down and I will find the space I'm looking for, which is strategic imperatives. To access the space, just click the link and the page will open. So a quick overview of the strategic imperative space. There's two main projects that you'll see here. On the left-hand side, you've got the human capital strategy, which is one of the larger projects going on. For the Recover and Expand initiatives, there's a caret on the side of the name. If I click on this, it will expand and show me all the subspaces that are underneath that page name. Now, I created each of these subpages based on the name of the project that's in the Recover and Expand initiatives Excel spreadsheet. I know some of those project names right now are not maybe true project names. They're quite wordy and kind of large, but I added as much of that as possible to start with. So you can see some of them listed here. And if you expand, click and drag out, you can see that they're pretty wordy and they're kind of long. I can show you how to edit those. That's not an issue. So if you decide you want to name your subspace something other than what I have here, that's really not a problem. We can change that. All right, so let me push this back down to a little more of a reasonable size. So let me demonstrate now how to add a document to one of these subspaces. For this example, I'm just going to click on the top one. When you open the subspace, there's no content here, you just have the name of the subspace. You could actually click edit right here and start typing and adding content to it. But for the sake of actually just dragging and dropping files into this, that's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to drop this over to the side of my screen so you can see my desktop a little bit. So I have this test document here, it's just a Word document. If I want to add this to the space that I'm in Confluence, I just have to click and drag it over and just drop it. And you can see I got that attached file upload, and that file is now attached to this page, to the page listed here. I know it's attached because I now have a paperclip icon on the top, and it shows me when I hover over it that I have one attachment. If I click the paperclip, this is going to take me to the attachments page for this space within Confluence. And then I can see that document that I drug over. From this screen here, I got a few different options for this document. If you look to the right here, I've got an edit attachment feature. So if I click this, I can start making edits to the attachment. I can also hover over the name of the document, and the edit attachment directly bubble opens up underneath it. From here I can click it and it will give me the option to edit the attachment as well. The other option I have over here is the view. If I click this, it will open the document and I can see it. I can also click the document name and that will open the document as well. Because I'm hovering over the document name, it shows me the edit attachment directly option as well. But if I click on the document name, it'll open it so that I can view it. I have a properties link here, so if I click on properties, I can see the name of the file. I can add labels to it. So if I wanted to add a searchable label, it adds a label to the actual document attachment. What this does is make it a little bit easier to search. So if there's some keywords that you want available when someone's searching with it to help find this document quickly, you can add labels to it. You can add some comments. You can see what the content type is. It's an Office format. And you can specify what page, if you want to move this document from one attachment page to a different attachment page, you can specify that here. Of course, to save changes to this to save changes to the properties field, just click Save. The last option I have is if I want to delete this attachment. So if I click Delete, I get the confirmation window. If I click OK, it will remove this document from the attachments list. I'll click Cancel for now. These documents do have version control, so it does do kind of a change management. You can see what the most recent version is, and you can see past versions. So if you look at the name of the document, there's that caret on the side. You can click this caret to expand. Now, because I just moved this document over, this is the first version, which is also the current version. As I make edits and changes to it, it'll show additional versions, and it will always have in parentheses the word current next to whichever version is the current version. From here, if I want to add additional attachments, I can do just like before and drag and drop them over. There's actually a drop field here, this little dotted line space that you can drop files into, and it will upload them to this attachments page. I can also search for them just like you would in any other normal way. I can choose which file by going into whichever drive I want to find it in, and then choose and upload the file, from here. One of the things I talked about too was the name of the space. So let me click this space, the subpage, and go back to this. Like I mentioned, some of these space names are probably a little large. If you want to rename the space, you could certainly do so by clicking the Edit button, and then just highlight and retype whatever you want this the space name to be. Okay. And then if you click Save, as you can see, the subpage name has actually changed. So now it shows the name of test sample. And if I come back to my list over here, it's renamed it and it's reordered it because this is showing everything in alphabetical order. If I want to change it back, I can click Edit. I'll just paste the original name back in there. And click Save. And it's back to the way it originally was. Okay, so the purpose of this video was just to show a quick demonstration of how to move documents over as attachments onto a subpage. Obviously, there's a lot more features you can do with Confluence. I'm happy to help out with any questions that anybody has as you start exploring some of the feature and functionality. I can do a training session based on what your needs are. If you have anything that you want to learn more about, if you have questions about it, if something's not working right for you, don't hesitate. Reach out to the training team. The email address is istraining@west.com, and we can provide any assistance that you need. All right, thanks for your time.